Hello, I'm Warren with the Orange County Library System here at the West Oaks branch in Ocoee, Florida on February 21st, 2013. It's a beautiful afternoon and we're capturing memories from our community. Please tell us your name and where are you from?
My name is Cassaundra Durant. I am originally from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. My husband is a Floridian native, and this is how I came to live in Ocoee. He moved there to further his career, and we got married and lived there a year in Winston-Salem, and we moved here to Ocoee, and I absolutely love it. It was a big change for me because I lived there all of my life, and then we married and we lived there a year, and then we moved here. He's originally from Gainesville, and so we kind of wanted to just move away from family and just start fresh, and Ocoee gave us that start. We lived in the Prairie Lake community right off of Clark Road, and we had a beautiful home there. I absolutely loved it, and I got pregnant and unfortunately carried the baby for 7 months and lost the baby, and I got really sick after that, and so my health declined, and so we had to downsize and leave that home that I love so much. But we stayed in Ocoee, and we moved to Wentworth, townhomes in Wentworth, right off of Clark Road, and they're really nice too. I really like those, and that's where we live now. And we been teaching here before I got sick, and I'm bouncing back, and I am really glad to be a part of this because I've grown here. I've grown through being sick and losing my child, and we had really made big plans. We had the room all set up and everything, and then things just happen, and I've learned that. I've learned that since I've been here, that things happen. And my husband has been terrific through everything. I know he loves Ocoee. He's camera shy, so he's not here, but I'm speaking on his behalf. He loves Ocoee.
And your husband's name?
My husband's name is Larry. Larry Durant, yes.
And did Larry propose to you?
Absolutely. He got on his knees, but it was in my hometown. It was, unfortunately, it was at a time my father had just passed, and we buried him like December the 29th, and Larry proposed to me December the 25th. So it was a nice little transition there because my father was leaving, and I had somebody in my life again to help me through putting gas and keeping gas in the car, keeping the car cleaned, and little things like that men handle for you. And Larry was right there, and he had not been living in my hometown no longer than maybe 6 months. So everything was happening so quick.
Do you remember your first date?
Absolutely. Old Charlie's. We went to Old Charlie's, and Larry told me that he was a manager managing Church's Chicken, and he told me that he was full because he had eaten there all day. Well, I knew I was going out on a date with him, and so I wanted to have an appetite, so I didn't eat all day. He had eaten all day, and I didn't eat all day, and so I was the only one on the date eating. But I did eat.
What would you say the difference is between dating then and dating now?
Oh, there's a big difference. Dating then, I don't know if I'm just old-fashioned or if it's just a difference, because I just believe in, the proper way of dating. I'm from old school, so, I believed in the proper way of dating. Larry called me about 10 times before we even, well, it doesn't have to be that long, but he did call me literally about 10 times before we actually went on a date. And then we finally went out, and it was at a restaurant where I had just taken my best friend for her birthday. And they had a dish that I liked, and I said, well, I want to try that dish again. So when he asked me where did I want to go, I told him Old Charlie's so that I could get that dish. And the dish was $9.99. And normally, if somebody takes me out on a date, I probably get the most expensive thing on the menu, but I wanted this dish again. And just so happened, Larry said he had just paid all his bills, and he only had $20 left to his name. Now, I didn't know this. He said he had only $20 left to his name, but I finally said I would go out on a date with him, and he couldn't blow it. So he took me out, and he told me he had been eating all day. Well, I got the dish that I wanted, which normally I get, like a big T-bone steak or big ribeye, something really expensive. And that's just what I like. And this time, they had the beef tips that were, they were featuring those, and they were $9.99, and I wanted those again. And I got that, and it covered the entire meal. He gave the waitress a $5 tip, and I was just blown away. I was like, wow, big spender. But this was his last, okay? He said he went home and just raided the refrigerator.
Do you have a favorite restaurant here in Ocoee?
Yeah, my favorite restaurant here would probably be Applebee's. No, not Applebee's. We always go to, I really like Olive Garden. I know that's a popular restaurant, everybody goes there, but I love Olive Garden. If he wants to make my day, there or Logan's.
What's your earliest memory of Ocoee when you came here?
My earliest memory of Ocoee was when we were just here, just looking at somewhere to live, just looking for a home. And we went into this neighborhood in Prairie Lake. And when I saw those homes, I was like, oh, I want to live there someday. I didn't think I would be living there as soon as I have lived there. And I've actually lived there and moved out, so I loved it.
Have you seen a lot of change take place in the Ocoee area while you've been here?
Oh, yes, I have. There's a lot more housing going on right off of Clock Road. A lot of townhomes, really nice looking townhomes, and yeah, a lot of schools that they're building, and looks like they're getting ready to build another McDonald's too. And that's another thing. My husband manages the McDonald's in Ocoee, right off of Clock Road. So yeah, I love it.
What do you foresee is in the future for Ocoee?
Oh, wow. I see a lot of good things in the future for Ocoee, specifically with the library, because I wasn't aware that that you give classes, computer courses free. So I see that room for a lot of growth, because I was walking through the other day, and I come here often to the library to study. I'm in school online, about to finish in April. I'll graduate with a BS in psychology in April from University of Phoenix, and I utilize a lot of the resources here at this library. And I was walking through, and I saw one of my friends, and she said, hey, I was just so surprised to see her, and she said she was coming here for a computer course. And we were talking in the car one day, and she told me that she really wanted to go back to school, but she had some loans that needed to be taken care of, and there were some things that she really wanted to know more about, just learning more about the computer. And so I see a lot of growth going on with that, a lot. In fact, my husband said he was going to come and take advantage of one of those classes. So yeah, I see a lot of improvement for Ocoee, and there's been a lot since I've been here. So yes, and I love it more and more.
Good. Well, thank you, Cassaundra, for sharing with us some of your memories and your love for Ocoee.
You're welcome.